What we did this morning was start getting him set up on the e-collar. The very first thing I did was just put the e-collar on him, get it on, and then try and figure out when he wasn't doing anything what the lowest possible number that he noticed was. So I started at a 3, press the button, get no reaction. I'm going up just one number at a time, trying each one a couple times just to see if he just didn't happen to notice it. Maybe it was in a weird position, whatever the case was. Just kind of double check. So 6 is the first number I see that he notices. You can see his head move to the side right there. He says, "Whoa, what was that? I don't know what that was." And then he's going to lay his head down and I'm going to try it again. He's not going to notice anything, so I'm going to check a 7 and an 8 just to kind of see if the 6 was an accident, but we end up settling on the 6. So now that we know that the lowest number that he notices is right around that 6, I've got it set on a 6. I've got some kibble to toss and some beef liver to give him when he gets to me. So what we're working on is introducing him to the recall using the e-collar. So I'm going to spread some food around. And then I'm going to give him the cue and immediately press the button. Wrigley, come. Yes. Good boy. And then he's got some kibble, so he's going to go back over there. Whoop. We're going to get this out from in between your legs. There we go. And we need a little bit more kibble. Alright. Let's do it again. Come. Yes. Come. Yes. Whoop. Tangled. You're tangled. Hold on. Sweet pea. Sweet pea. Alright. And then we can do the same thing if we're working on a sit. Wrigley, sit. Yes. Break. Yeah. Way to go, puppy. Good job. That was beautiful. Wrigley, sit. Yes. So we're just introducing it as a stimulus that goes away when he does the command. These are already commands he knows, so he knows how to finish the command. Wrigley, come. Yes. Bonus trick, if you've got a really big piece of beef liver, you can just let him kind of pick at it in between your hands, and you can reward him for a couple things. Come. Yes. So what we'll talk about while y'all watch him work at Tractor Supply again, which by the way, he did fantastic. He was still a little bit anxious coming in for the first couple seconds, but after that he was great. So operant conditioning is a learning process where voluntary behaviors are modified by associating them with either rewards or consequences. So that's exactly what we've been doing already. Positive reinforcement is adding something. Perfect example right there. Reinforce a behavior. Adding to get that behavior because I liked that automatic heal. But there are actually 4 quadrants of operant conditioning. So with everything, we have positive, negative, reinforcement, and punishment. So we already talked positive reinforcement, adding something to reinforce a behavior. The other half of that is positive punishment, adding something to decrease the likelihood
off
that
adds
something
an
happens
aversive
again.
stimulus
so for us,
on the
that
collar
would be an
to
off. Decrease the likelihood that that behavior happens
Other examples
again.
would be a pop on the slip leash or a prong collar. That could also be one of those pet correctors where they make a high-pitched sound that the dogs don't like when they do something that they don't want. Or a
Now, where some
citronella
people get
collar for
confused on
barking.
the opposite side is negative. What negative actually means is just taking something away. So you can actually have negative reinforcement, taking something away to make
How
a
we're
behavior
using it
more
is that
likely.
the
e-collar shuts off when he does whatever command it is. So what he's doing is he's learning to avoid getting the stimulation on the e-collar. He's looking to beat the timer. The stimulation comes when he doesn't listen or when he breaks
Another
a
example
command.
is
So he wants
owners
to avoid doing that.
unintentionally reinforcing their dogs this way by taking away the barrier, so a crate door or a leash when the dog is whining to get to something. So if your dog wants to get out of the crate and you let them out while they're whining, it reinforces that behavior.
And the last piece of the puzzle is negative punishment, taking something away to decrease a behavior. So that can be taking the reward away when he hasn't completed a command. So if you ask him to sit and he doesn't, take the attention away. That's typically what you do for puppies a lot. If two dogs are fighting over a toy, you can also take the toy away as a means of saying, hey, nope, we don't argue over the toys, all those kinds of things. The key idea of operant conditioning is that every behavior that he gives has a consequence. By knowing what affects him, we can more effectively work with him and figure out what the right reinforcements and punishments are for him specifically.